Welcome to Non-Sucky Podcast, episode 38.
I'm Sandra, this is Stefan.
And sorry for the echo and squeaky chairs.
Getting new floors, so I have no floors right now. It's just concrete. And the room is pretty much empty.
Mm-hmm. Strong echo. I don't feel like singing right now, but it's sung Deo. I was going to sing Deo. Yeah, Deo.
No,
Use the echo, yeah.
Oops. Sorry, this chair is kind of squeaky.
Okay. It was announced that they finally named the Man of Steel sequel, that Batman vs. Superman. It is now officially titled Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice.
People don't like that V.
I know. Everyone wondered, why did you put a V? Why didn't you put a VS? Or just do the Batman / Superman Dawn of Justice, or just call it Man of Steel 2. Or Man of Steel Dawn of Justice. Or Justice League Dawn of Justice. Or just call it Dawn of Justice.
Well.
DC Comics Dawn of Justice. Well, I don't think that name's gonna stick.
I think it is. I think that's it.
I think there's... I have not heard one person excited about that title. I don't think that's gonna stick.
Doesn't matter. I don't know one person that likes the Ninja Turtle look.
Oh, everyone hates that. That's gonna bomb.
And that's gonna stick. You know what I mean? It just is.
Oh, and then I saw earlier today they're doing they did the remake for Left Behind, the Kurt Cameron movie.
Oh, did they?
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I was like,
Wait, have you seen it?
I saw the trailer.
Does it look good?
I'm not gonna rush out to see it. I think I'd first seen the Kurt Cameron version again over...
How many of them are there? There's like 2 or 3 of them, right?
I think there's 3 or 4.
Okay. And so there's another one.
And so this one...
How many books are there?
I don't know. I just know they're doing a remake of the first one, so they're relaunching the series with bigger name actors.
Oh, I see. That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's cool, but Nicolas Cage?
I could see that. He kind of plays in those roles. He does. He does. I'm trying to think, losing his kid or Face Off or, he plays in those roles. You know what I'm talking about. What?
He doesn't normally do those types of movies. That's just weird.
No, it's not.
It's a payday for him.
He does, well, maybe not Christian, but I mean...
That's what I mean. It's an obvious payday, because he's in bankrupt and owes a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, he owes a lot of money for tax, IRS.
But I'm just saying,
so he's just signing up for anything.
It does seem like his type of part, though. I could totally see him doing it.
Well, see, with Kirk Cameron, when he did it, it was like a passion project for him.
And it was more of an innocent character. I don't see him being as innocent.
I mean, they're both based on the book, so they're playing the same character.
Yeah,
it felt like more of a passion movie for everyone involved in that first one, versus this one, kind of, just based on the trailer, just seeing Nicolas Cage in it and knowing his situation, it sounds like it's a payday. He'd care less if it was Left Behind or any other movie.
Well, I think that goes for any movie, really, if you're getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, like the lower budget films.
I'm sure he's not getting paid nothing.
He's getting paid millions.
Yeah.
X-Men Days of Future Past. What do you think?
Oh, I really like that. I would definitely say out of all the X-Men movies... And see, I was trying to think about that, actually. Because when you see an X-Men movie, like the first one... Mm-hmm. At that time, I was like, wow, that was really good. Right?
See, when that first one came out, I did not really like it that much. Everyone said they loved it, and we went and saw it the opening day. It was like, it was okay.
See, I guess I'm just trying to put myself in perspective of at the time. Because if you go back and watch it, it's obviously not going to...
Oh, it's like I said, for me, at the time, those first 3 were never that great. First Class was like the first of the X-Men film I actually liked.
I would say this one's really good, but I wouldn't say it's just like an X-Men movie, would you? It kind of...
It's an X-Men movie.
It is, but it was starring...
That's X-Men
Wolverine.
nowadays, yeah. Well, I mean, Days of Future Past is starring Wolverine also, the comic. I don't know, they all have a hard-on for Wolverine for some reason.
I mean, you know, they had an excuse and a reason for it, but if you like Professor Xavier or at least him now, like the old guy.
Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't really in it as much. Like, he didn't really do much acting if you think about it.
He was in it longer than anyone expected him to be. Like, everyone's figured that.
Do you remember the parts? I mean, he just was pretty much in the room. I mean, you feel like it's him because it's him in the past, but it really wasn't him.
Well, it's just nice seeing like a return.
Or what's the other guy's name? God, I forgot his name.
Sir Ian McKellen.
What's his name?
Magneto.
What's his real name?
Sir Ian McKellen.
What?
Sir Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian McKellen. He even less so. I think he had one part and he like blew some stuff up. And you're like, dude, you're a lot stronger than that. What the heck happened?
They're old. They're like
but that's the
they're
way
like
it made
90 or something.
But that's the way it made you feel like they're just deteriorated.
So out of 5 stars, what would you rate it?
I usually don't give movies 5 stars, but it's pretty close to a 5. It was really good.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
Yeah, I would say 4, 4.5.
It was the best X-Men movie to date.
Yes. I think that's what I'm more comparing it to, X-Men related movies. And one of the better superhero movies out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the whole point of it was to kind of undo the X-Men
It doesn't undo anything.
I know. It was kind of made to undo. It
adds on, kind of brings everything together.
It does undo The Last Stand, the third movie.
I wouldn't say it undoes it, but it gives a nice closing to it.
No, it undid it. It completely undid that one.
Well, like...
without spoiling anything.
To where it makes sense, though, is what I mean.
I mean, like, a lot of the events in it were undone.
Yeah.
They were trying to make that movie like it never existed, but then it
actually... but that's what I'm saying. It's not like they didn't make this movie thinking that one never existed. They made it knowing that one existed and made it work.
But I think, like, internet hurts those types of movies today because, like...
Spoilers?
No, because, like, go and see it, like, oh, I loved it, it was perfect. But then you go online and see other people's opinions, like, I did not think about that. Like, okay, X-Men First Class was take place, like, back in the 60s or so. And then Mystique is raised with Professor Xavier. But then when you get that first X-Men movie, they act like they don't even know each other.
Yeah.
It was like, huh, yeah.
You don't notice that?
No, I didn't notice that.
But they also had a falling out, because if you think about it, she was on... You know what I mean? So,
and then, like, all's forgiven between her and Magneto completely, and it's like those little things. And then, I
mean, you really could justify it by saying, if you watch this movie, how they were in the past, they obviously were in bad terms, and he was even like, nope, not going there. And then he's like, what, you love her? But he was all, I'm not going to even go include. But it explains it.
Okay.
If you think about it.
People pointed out White Queen. You know how in X-Men First Class she's an adult with Mastermind, but in Wolverine, X-Men Origins...
What's
White Queen? The lady in white that turns a diamond?
I can't really remember her character as much.
She's January Jones.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the movies.
Anyways, she's an adult in the X-Men First Class, which was like 60s. Mm-hmm. But then in Wolverine X-Men Origins, she's a little child along with Cyclops and the rest of them.
Does this one really have anything to do with the Origins and everything?
Yeah, the Origins supposed to be part of the whole story, like all of the X-Men movies.
I think all of them, they aged a lot more. The aging, don't even think about that, actually.
There's different people running them, and so they weren't thinking about little things, and then...
Yeah, I think the age-wise, like how much... they aged in that many years. That is a little off, but the story-wise, if you're reading the story, it would make sense.
It seems like it's best if you just watch X-Men 1, X-Men 2 United. I guess you do have to watch The Last Stand.
Just the X-Men movies, not like Wolverine or any of the origin stuff.
You do have to watch it because they do jump back into some of the X-Men origin stuff with Wolverine's flashback in this one. So it's like they do count them all.
Oh,
That was the thing. Like,
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But that was only one part.
But still, it's like to understand everything, you have to watch Watchdogs to know everything they're talking about. But then they don't do a good job of. They do a good job. They don't do a perfect job.
If you already know the backstory of all the characters, being a comic book fan or whatever, not even really a comic book fan, but if you just know the background of the characters just a little bit, you would get it.
We think, because we know the story, that someone coming in fresh,
if you see a flashback of, you don't have to understand, but it'll make sense to you. Kind of like where, is it a spoiler if I talk about?
Probably, yeah.
Well, you'll have to make sense in your own head. I think it'll make sense.
Okay, let's jump over to She-Hulk controversy. David Goyer, who's the writer of like Blade, Batman trilogy, a lot of comic book movies, called She-Hulk just a porn version of Hulk, and he pretty much bashed it, upsetting a lot of fans, even Stan Lee himself, just because he didn't understand the character.
I don't know She-Hulk. I know her, but I don't know her background story. I've never read the comic. I've only seen pictures, and I could see what he's saying to somebody who's not familiar with the comic.
He said she's pretty much like a hot green chick made for Hulk.
She's not even hot. If you like wrestling chicks, that kind of hot, then you would like her.
He claims that they just made a hot green Hulk chick for Hulk to bang. And even though that's his cousin. And so
again, if you never seen She-Hulk and you don't know the background story, not being a fan.
But you not know anything about her, are you gonna look at her and just say in public she's just a porn version of Hulk, upsetting all those fans out there? They're probably out there.
Well, I think if you don't, she's not very attractive.
She's not, but
it's almost like she reminds me of China.
But would you bash a comic book character that you don't know anything about or don't understand at all?
If you really didn't have a passion, look, she's an ugly green character that's a body that's not really that you might not be attracted to. So maybe that's what, because she is kind of like this half naked green big thing.
The whole thing is the fact that he just out of the blue publicly bashed a character.
I don't think it surprises me that people do that. I wouldn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. It's he's
It doesn't surprise me that people do that though. If you don't like a character, people have big mouths and they just talk.
What's his name, Sam Raimi, where he kept saying publicly he hated
Sam who?
Sam Raimi.
Is it Raimi?
I don't know. I don't care. It's an R and it's an I. You know what I'm talking about when I say his name.
No, I'm just okay. Go ahead. Do you like when people call you Stefan?
Do you like when people can't stand you?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it Sam Raimi?
I don't care. So when he came out and was publicly bashing, he said he'd never been a fan of Venom, and then he was being forced to use Venom, and then he clearly crapped over Venom. He's like, if you don't like the characters, walk away from the project.
Oh, you know what I was bashing the other day that I have no idea about? Dead Man.
Yeah, I heard.
He disgusts me.
We don't know what. See,
he looks gross. He's white, white. He's dead, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. What?
No.
If you're racist, you would think that I'm talking about race. That's not at all what
I'm
talking about.
I was waiting for you to continue.
Vampire, no blood. Obviously he's dead. Just disgusting looking.
That's because you don't like vampires,
Yes, with the red, what do you call this thing? Cowl? Not cowl,
no.
The hood. The back part.
Not a hood, it's
what's that called?
Collar.
Where it goes up, sort of like vampire, but pretty much all the old early 90s comics.
Well, it's because
he totally represents.
He was an acrobat.
Okay, can you let me finish?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's why he had that. You keep calling him vampire.
I know what he was. You said vampire first, so that's why I'm saying vampire.
I was just letting you know.
No, Mike was reading the background story. He's an acrobat, and he already hated people already and had this hate in his heart. Then he wound up dying, and the animals talk to him. Then he gets his superpowers by being able to take over people's bodies. I get it.
Why do you hate him?
He's just ugly. And he looks totally like the... I'm sorry. I apologize. But there's a lot of 90s characters that look ugly. And you could totally tell that he's not popular because he did not get a new... I think he's had new costumes, but no new costumes have stuck.
I don't...
A lot of the
stuff... old character.
Huh?
I think he's an old character.
I just said that.
You said 90s character.
No. But his costume represents the 90s.
Oh, yeah, the current one?
Yeah, and he's not popular enough to get like a revamped costume that is modern and looks decent. He just looks like that stupid collar thing. I hate that. He just looks dumb and he's totally old.
Well, see, the thing is, he died.
And that means he's not popular. Nobody likes him, and so that's why he's stuck with the same
People
costume.
like him. He's a very popular character.
I know. I don't like him. And then he had like one where his like eyes were all red and flashing. It really made me nauseous just looking at him. I know. I'm pregnant and things just make me nauseous sometimes, and it was just really grossing me out. Just his character, the look of his character was just disgusting.
Huh.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell you, so
Weird.
That's just how I feel about it. So, anyways, me bashing it, I'm going to say that, you know, in public, out, you know, knowing that I'm being scrutinized by a lot of people out there, whatever, that like this character. Obviously, I'm not bashing him, just saying I don't like him. But I was bashing in front of Mike because it was pretty funny. So I could see how somebody would do that, is my point.
Not in public. You wouldn't do it in public.
I just said that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it in public.
I know.
But some people just are like that, you know? They talk to the public like they're not being recorded or not going to be quoted because they're dumb. What are you doing?
I was trying to pull up pictures, and so you'll know what I'm talking
Excuse
about.
me.
Like, they announced that they cast the new actor to play Daredevil in the Netflix series. It's this guy, Charlie Cox. Wait.
Let me see.
Charlie Cox. Remember the movie
seen him
Stardust?
Yeah.
He was the star of Stardust.
Okay.
Don't know if I like him as Daredevil, though. It's the nose.
The nose.
Yeah.
Wow, you're racist.
I'm not racist.
Just kidding.
Nose has nothing to do with race.
That's all you're going to see in that mask.
Well, I know. That's the first thing I noticed when they announced his name, and I looked at Stardust, and I was like, he make a good Matt Murdock, but I think the nose might be a problem with the mask.
Nah.
It's like, it might.
God, you're very
What?
mean.
I'm not mean. I'm
What's wrong
saying
with his nose?
there's nothing wrong with the nose. I'm saying that nose is gonna stick out in that mask.
Because he has a big nose. That's what you're saying.
Well, it's like you have a boxer nose, kind of like my nose.
Like he got broken.
Yeah, where the bridge is kind of like that's gonna stick out.
I don't know.
In the mask.
That's not the first thing I've noticed about it. But maybe you're self-conscious about your
Cause
nose.
I like Daredevil a lot, and so I'm gonna be very picky of who plays Daredevil, and so seeing him.
The nose.
I said he make a good Matt Murdock, but the nose, unless they change up the mask for the costume, might bother me a little bit. Mario Kart. Well, we're not gonna talk about that because no one's played it yet. We'll talk about that next episode, maybe if y'all get it.
No, we'll still talk about it.
Well,
it came out.
It came out this week.
And you get a free game with it.
You do?
It might have been a pre-order, but I think if you bought it, you get a free digital download.
Of what?
Either, I think it was like Pikmin, the new Pikmin. I think there's like a Mario Party, or, gosh, I can't remember. But I had a lot of these games, so I can only remember Mario Party because that's the one I was thinking of downloading. But there's like 4 or 5, a list of 4 or 5 digital downloads that you can have. And they're all pretty good games that you would get free with the Mario Kart. And then at Target, they're having a deal, which they're sold out at most Targets, that you get the wheel. Because it's going to be...
use the Wii remote.
It's sensitive. It's like motion sensitive. So you're going to,
So it's still use the Wii remote, or is like the wheel itself is that controller?
No, I think you put the Wii remote in the wheel, which I've had before, and it's just too light, and there's no... I don't like it. What is it called? There's no weight to it, really. You know, so when you're turning, you overturn, and yeah, it's just too much. So the wheel did not work for me, but you could get it at Target for free.
The early word on Watchdogs.
Oh, another thing. This is one of the first games that you could play on the Wii U and Wii U that is like streaming, kind of like PlayStation, isn't it?
Wait,
Like you can actually play online with like kind of like the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh yeah. Up to 2 people per system online.
Yeah, so I think that's.
But I'm curious.
I mean, you could kind of do that in Animal Crossing and stuff, but it's not. This is one of the more popular games that you can actually play
with multiple people
online.
on the same system.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about, like, if you do 2 on the same system, I wonder if one can use the
Wait,
Wii.
are you talking about online? Like, you at your house, me at my house, right?
No, I'm talking about, like say you had it here, both of us be online same time on the one system. It's 2 per system for online.
Oh, yeah, for online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was curious of whether or not, if one person gets the full television screen, the other person gets the Wii remote or not, or if it's just a split screen.
Oh, true. I imagine it'd be a split screen. That's how it always is.
I
wonder how that Wiimote would work. That screen, that'd be interesting.
That's what I'm most curious about.
I
But if you
haven't
have it,
read anything on it, so.
feel free to email and tell us. Early word on Watchdogs. It's been kind of mixed. Where it's a lot like Grand Theft Auto, but I know a person that hasn't and has played it, and he's kind of turned off by it because like says it's a good game, but it's too Grand Theft Auto for him. Mm. That was the impression I was getting.
Gangster running around killing people.
I mean,
what was that game that I was talking about? What did I say that game was?
Which one?
The orbs and stuff. I was telling you about it.
The orbs. Orbs.
Remember when you had you could shoot people with the...
Keep going.
Crossbow. You can like pin them to the wall.
Pin them to the wall, crossbow.
You were there.
I know.
You have a really good memory.
When did you talk about it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. You sure? I don't remember you talking about a game yesterday.
Day before yesterday. It was this week. My memory's not as good as yours. It was within the week, for sure.
Wouldn't have been during the week.
The weekend.
May have been last weekend.
You don't remember?
I remember you talking about something collecting an orb. Describe it a little more. I can figure it out.
It's just like a Grand Theft Auto type game, except it was like...
Oh, I know. Okay, yeah. Where you're trying to describe something else, but you're describing the other one instead.
Yeah. And I said the name of it.
Yeah. No, you didn't know the name of it.
Yes, I did. I looked it up and I said it. And then I confirmed and said yes.
Yeah. Jeez, I keep forgetting.
Because you get superpowers too.
It was an Xbox game.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. What was that called?
Yeah, it was like an Xbox game. You could get superpowers. It's kind of like a RPG in a way because you level up. You know, you could like jump higher and you level up your guy.
Yeah. That's kind of bugs what Dad telling me now.
I really like. If you compare.
They came out with a sequel.
Yes, they did. I heard the sequel wasn't as good though.
Yeah. Crap.
I said it the other day.
I know.
Well, anyways, if Watch Dogs is similar to that, I would say that's different enough from Grand Theft Auto.
I don't think it's gonna be different.
To be likable. You know what I mean?
It's not like it was like too similar to Grand Theft Auto 5. Come on. Oh! GameStop's website sucks.
Wow, this is really bothering you.
Yeah, it starts with an S. Shoot. Man. Okay. I'll look it up after we finish this. Blizzard announced that they're having a Hearthstone contest. Hearthstone is like the World of Warcraft card game, except digital version. You can play it on your tablets. You can play it on the computer. It's free to download. It's free to play. You can purchase expansion little card packs for it digitally by winning matches, or you can pay actual money for them. but they're going to hold a contest, and the world's best Hearthstone player will win $100,000. There's going to be $250,000 prize. I think first place is $100,000. I think second place is like $75,000, and then so on.
They have a competition?
Yeah. Like, they do that like almost every Blizzard game. Alright, in summertime... Crackdown, that's what it is. Crackdown. I remember Crackdown 2 sucking. Crackdown was good. It was Crackdown. I'm probably going to forget that name, though.
I said that last time, that's funny.
I can't.
Really good with that.
I'm not good with the Xbox game. I really not like the Xbox. I bought that sitting twice and sold it twice.
I was totally into Xbox, and then moved to PlayStation once PlayStation started coming out with better games, and then never went back.
It's summertime, which means new summer shows. What day was that? This week they just relaunched Last Comic Standing with a new format. So going across the country, going to different places like American Idol and letting people audition. They instead send an invitation to comics across the country.
Oh, so it's invitation only?
Yeah. They call it the Last Comic Standing Invitational.
Probably because there's so many people.
Well, what's nice is...
It's not even entertaining when it's bad comedy.
And, I mean, a show called Last Comic Standing should just be like people standing up there telling their jokes, and then that's what they're finally doing this time around. So they had the comedians come up, and then they choose,
What did they do last time?
They just went, to different comedy clubs, and then let whoever sign up and come up and tell jokes, and then they had to pick from that, and then send them all to Hollywood, and then cut from there, and, it's American Idol, but for comics.
Yeah.
And now it seems like it's going to
be for comedians. That are...
Who've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. Interesting. There's a couple comedians I do not find funny that I don't know how they're so famous.
Like who?
Seinfeld.
And who else?
You like Seinfeld?
No. That's why I said, and who else?
I
know a lot of people like Seinfeld.
I will have to switch back and forth, but Adam Sandler...
I find Adam Sandler funny.
No. But listen, if you... I just don't... I don't know, how would he get picked out of all these other funnier people?
Well, see, when he was doing his thing...
I get he has...
It was original.
Yeah, he has an interesting sense of humor, and it's different.
You just seen a lot of people since him.
Like voices like this. It's just kind of I don't get it, but it's not even good.
I think we're Adam Sandler.
I enjoy his movies; they're fun, they're hard.
I grew up with this kid who was Adam Sandler before Adam Sandler even got big. He acted, did the voices and everything just like him. So that's why when I see Adam Sandler, it reminds me of him.
He just seems like an everyday guy. It's he obviously got...
Who's the funny?
Picked up the crowd. I don't know. Who else is that other guy?
Dane Cook. I don't
know
why people
Dane
like
Cook
him.
is
He's not funny.
He steals a lot of jokes, but he's funny.
I've never laughed at one thing Dane Cook... Not one joke he's ever told.
I think he's kind of funny. I think it's his...
I hate Dane Cook with a passion.
Gosh, what is it called?
His delivery.
His delivery of
People keep saying that, but...
It is. It's just how he delivers stuff is pretty funny.
He's just not my taste.
He can tell, I can tell a story. I'm not a funny person. I can tell a story, even if it's supposed to be funny, and it's not funny. You know what I'm talking about. My jokes. If I say a joke. Yeah, that's how I get...
Say a funny joke.
I can't even think of one.
You don't tell jokes. You just say the really...
Because I'm really not
goofy
good.
ones. You're like, what do you call cheese, not yours?
Because...
Not your cheese!
Because I'll ruin it if it's any longer than that.
Just when you tell a joke, don't tell it to try making them laugh. Tell it to make yourself laugh.
I'm not really good at making myself laugh. That I'm not good at.
That's your first problem. You gotta work on making yourself laugh. And you can make yourself laugh. You don't care if they laugh or not. As long as you entertain yourself.
That's what I heard... Drain did it on the interview, and it didn't go very well.
Well, that's because he was told the wrong information.
Yeah. Tell him to laugh, but still, that's pretty funny.
At the same time, he could care less.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Okay, who else?
Dane Cook.
No, there's another guy. The one that's kind of famous and he has a show. Remember?
Oh, Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
I kind of like him. I don't find him funny, but I'm entertained by his stories.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Adam Sandler. I'm entertained. I don't find.
I can say the same thing about Adam Sandler. Like I don't really laugh at his stuff, but entertained by his stuff. Like he had that comedy CD. I think the funniest thing he's ever done that I've heard was that are they working out or having sex?
Yeah.
But Mike kind of made that one.
What do you mean?
Like he hypes it up and then he plays it for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just stuff like that. It's like a little too silly for me. I like goofy, but when it's silly, I don't know. Like I have to make sense. I don't know. That one was okay though. It was not too bad. It's like very small amount of his stuff that I find it like funny like that. That was okay. That was funny. I like Kevin Hart. He's pretty hilarious. Russell, is that Indian guy?
Russell Peters.
Russell Peters. He's pretty.
He's
funny.
actually one of the judges for this new.
Is he?
Yeah, it's Russell Peters.
I like Russell Peters.
Keenan Ivory Wayans and then Roseanne Barr.
Oh, I don't find funny. God, I can't remember her name. The Korean one.
Margaret Cho.
Margaret Cho.
Yeah, I never found her funny. She's like she has an offensive comedy.
No, but you know the other white chick that talks about a lot of black guys, that she loves black guys?
Yeah.
She's offensive, but she's funny.
Gabriel Iglesias, I love him just because
Yeah.
fluffy.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
since he's
not fluffy
he's PG.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started the DDP
He's
yoga.
getting kind of old though. You know, like his jokes.
He has a new movie. He has a movie coming out in the theaters.
Yeah.
A stand up, and like the thing I love about him is he reminds me of Bill Cosby, where they tell PG, they don't say anything dirty. It's just like they keep it PG and they maintain the laughs.
Who else do I like?
Ralphie May is the polar opposite, but he's still funny. He's like really offensive.
Oh, who's the other guy that had a show? He totally is into the like Hispanic. He even says stuff in Spanish sometimes. He's like Mexican.
George Lopez.
George Lopez. How did I forget his name? I think he's pretty funny. Let's see. What's the other Korean guy? That Korean guy's name?
Korean guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
He's on Mad TV. He's funny when people.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. He's good at like doing it. Like if you give him a joke, like he can, like he can deliver it well. But he's not very good at making up his own jokes. Because I've been kind of following him on like YouTube or Instagram, and he's not funny. He just gets naked a lot.
That's the joke.
That's not funny to me. I'm like, okay, you're naked. That's just awkward. How is that funny? Because I kind of imagine myself, like, if I did that, is that funny? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I look like I was in a lawn taking a poop, is that funny?
To some people, it would be.
I don't find...
like different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Some other new shows. Oh, these are all NBC shows. Undateable, which is worth checking out. They have it on NBC.com.
Live. Is it like, not live, is it
a 30-second sitcom? A 30-minute sitcom, sorry.
It is a sitcom, so
yeah.
it's not real, like...
It's actually one of the funniest sitcoms in the past couple of years. So most sitcoms, their pilots suck. Mm-hmm. This one, I actually laughed. NBC's Crossbone. If you haven't seen... Okay. It reminds you a lot of Black Sails.
No.
Black Sails?
Pirate?
Yeah.
No.
Where if you haven't seen Black Sails, then I would say check out the pilot for Crossbone. But if you've seen Black Sails, just stay away from it because it sucks.
What?
Compared to Black Sails, it sucks.
Oh.
It's like
why don't you say, instead of seeing Crossbones, see Black Sails?
Well, because Black Sails is really good, but Crossbones seems like it could be good if you haven't seen Black Sails.
You don't have anything to look like.
To compare it to. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But because you have that, it's like, yeah, that's all the new ones I've seen so far this week. And then Big Brother starts up again at the end of the month.
You're still into that? I thought you quit.
I'm gonna check out the new cast. If the cast sucks and the show sucks and it gets racist like that last one, I just quit it and wait for the next year. The Canadian one was good for the first year. I couldn't get into the cast the second year.
So it's a year? They stay a whole year in there?
No, they stay like 3 months. It's just once a year they do it.
Gotcha.
That is all for this week, and next week we'll have a actual review for Mario Kart, maybe.
We're gonna get it at Target, but they're sold out.
So maybe.
Get our hands on one, possibly.
Possibly. Perhaps. Hopefully.
Alright, thanks for listening. Bye.
Ta-ta.